Hi everyone, good day, happy weekend to you. Uh, it's been a while that we discuss about my show that in fact, let me say it's been a while that you guys see me on my show called Rise Up Africa. Normally what I do on that show is that I discuss about lifestyle, something that concerns both of us, or let me say current affair based on what is happening within us. We share idea together, we discuss about it, and I call attention a lot of people to something they do that is wrong. Sometimes you may be doing something, you don't know that what you are doing is totally wrong until somebody call your attention to that. Now, it now determines how you react when they call your attention to that particular thing. So these are the things that I discuss on this. And if you follow my page, if you're one of my followers on this page, if you're one of my follower on this page, you see that I only discuss about two things. You see that I discuss about sport, or I talk about lifestyle. So these are the two things I do on my page, and that's why I call it, the page is all about sport and entertainment. You know, Currently in Nigeria, it's not a news that we have insecurity among all the challenges, because Nigeria problem right now is not related to only insecurity alone. So there's a lot of challenges that Nigerians, or let me say Nigeria as a country, have been into for a very long time. But the most high one, the base of the rate is insecurity. Insecurity, there's a lot of, in fact, the way we handle this insecurity in Nigeria, it makes me to think that this is 2025. There's a lot of way that we can handle insecurity based on the technology, how world is developed. But the way we handle our situation in Nigeria, it's quite different for other countries. So it's like we are in 1980. Let me not say 1960. We are in 1980 because we handle some things manually. Some things that we can, as technology can help us. The benefit of technology is that something you will spend, let me say for example, you spend an hour to achieve. If you have technology, within seconds, you achieve that. And not only that, it will also give you a lot of, in fact, it makes your work so easy. That's why when you go to some factory where they produce some things, you see that compared to where they will be using your hand to arrange, when you be using your hand to arrange some things, with maybe you can spend like more than 2 hours for you to achieve what you want. But within seconds, within a minute, an hour, you see that the machine will produce a lot of things. And that particular machine may not even have fault for some time, maybe more than a week or more than that. Depend how you maintain it. So it shows that technology can help us in order to solve the issue of insecurity in Nigeria. But why leaders refuse to use that technology, or maybe they have been using it, but people who handle this, they didn't use it in a proper way. That is the question for another day. But my focus here, my discussion with you guys here is that talking about insecurity, and I have some security tips. In a situation, in a country, in an environment, in location that you have anything related to insecurity, there are some things you need to do, and there are some things you need to avoid totally, even when you have capability to do it, but you need to put it aside, because some things are attracting people. And that's why we always tell people that you need to be very careful. Social media is very good. In fact, if you ask me that what is the benefit of social media, I will tell you that the rate benefit of social media is about 99 percent compared to the disadvantage, because most of this disadvantage about social media is caused by so-called people who make use of that social media, because some of them use it ignorantly, some of them use it due to they don't understand it, while some purposely use it in order to get attention. And I was asking myself that, okay, is it until you do something negative before you can get attention? Anybody who believes that until I do negative things before I can achieve what I want, it shows that the person does not know, does not even understand anything. Because there's a lot of things you can do on social media in order to achieve what you want, in order to achieve to gain attention. But that's for that. Now, the security tips. This period that we have insecurity, this particular thing that I want to talk, it's good for both people. Some of us that we live in Nigeria, anywhere you find yourself in Nigeria, it's not more secure. Anywhere, any street. So it's also good for some of our people who are coming for December, the festival. So talking about Christmas, New Year's, and so on and so forth. Then you have been abroad for a very long time. You just want to visit your family. You need to also watch this video for you to know that the Nigerians you used to know, it's different for what we are seeing now. So you need to be very careful, because number one thing you need to do is that you don't trust anybody. Because the reason why you should not trust anybody is that even your relative, your family member, I'm telling you, you can't trust them. Because these days, based on what happened previous, based on insecurity, you see that a lot of people think maybe it's only Fulani men that kidnap people now, but I can tell you that some people from different tribes also involved in this kind of business. Fine, those guys may be the highest number. I'm talking about Fulani men, and actually not even all of them. Because most of these kidnappers, when you see them, listen to their language, you see that most of them are not even related to Nigeria. But the question we should ask ourselves is that, how did they know our terrain? Some people will tell you that, no, they used to work out, forget all those things. Somebody somewhere within us, among us, is leading them, tell them what to do. And another thing that you can see about these people is that some of them, to get this weapon, how these guys used to get, how did they get those weapons? Food, how did they get food? These guys sometimes, a lot of questions. So that is where you know that somebody somewhere is working hand to hand with them. So now, be careful. Number one is that you need to be careful. Don't trust anybody. It may be your relative, anybody. Don't trust anybody, because trusting anybody, it's just like you put your life at risk, especially this period. Because somebody you trust so much, they may be the one that will be the source. They will be the betrayer between you and whosoever that is targeting your life. You understand? That's why you need to be very careful. Don't trust anybody. If you send them to help you do something, or they ask you to visit somewhere, or they ask you to go to so place, or maybe both of you to go together, you need to be very careful. Think about it. Think twice. You understand? Think twice. Doubting your family member or any relative, any person that relates to you, does not mean that you hate the person. But based on the state of the country, based on what is happening currently, and based on some of the history, the news, the information we hear here and there, you know that you don't need to trust anybody. That is one. The second one there is that these days, for some of us who does not have money to charter plane, or to enter the plane in order to travel from one state to another, it's not all of us. Our hands are not equal. There's some things, some people have money, they can travel, fly anywhere without any issue. In fact, no shaking for them. But some of us that we still manage ourselves, if you want to travel, then you want to use a vehicle to move from one state to another, you still need to be careful, especially if you want to enter the public transport. I can tell you, and what I'm saying is not something that I'm telling you 100% that okay, all of them are doing it, but most of those drivers public transport now are included in those kidnapping. Some of them work hands in hands with all these kidnappers. I'm telling you, you see that I make my words so very clear. Is that it's not all of them. When they say some, out of 100, it may be 10%, it may be 1%, it may be 2%. In fact, it may be 99%. Depends. So you can do your findings by yourself. You see that based on what is what is already, based on some of the things that is already happening before, then we can easily tell you that you don't trust anybody. So if you want to enter public transport, you need to be very careful. Know the kind of vehicle you want to enter, because moving even within the state, something is happening. Talking to somebody that you want to move from one state to another, you see that a lot of things can happen. I don't know who is who. Those guys, they may be working together with kidnappers. And that is why I tell you that at the beginning of this video is that some of these people kidnapping people. Now this is 2025. Some of them are not Fulani. Why Fulani carry the majority votes? They are Fulani X-Men carry the majority votes. And I told you that most of those Fulani X-Men that we are even talking about, some of them are not even Nigeria. Some of them are not the Fulani that me and you used to know. You understand? Some of them are not those guys that we call Fulani from Nigeria that relate to me and you. If you are in Nigeria, at least, if you are, let me say, 30 years old, at least let me start from there. You know that those days we relate with these people. They work with us, we work with them, we joke together. In fact, maybe some of our people even marry them. You understand? Because we are together. We only see Fulani with a stick. They say wara, different things to us. We also give them money and all those things. We do things together. But when you see what is happening now, you see that most of these guys are not our people. But the problem here is that somebody from our people is working together with them. And that's why you need to be very careful. So if you want to travel, know the time to travel. A lot of people, especially I relate to somebody who is a military personnel. This guy is telling me that traveling night sometime it may even better. Yes, he said maybe based on the out, because he said those guys, those terrorists, some of them, they understand the map very well, and they can only do that perfectly daytime. They can only do it perfectly daytime. So to the extent that the guy give me a sample of what happened to his colleague, that he advised them that not to travel daytime. They can start traveling maybe around 7 p.m. So, but due to people are afraid, you will not be thinking of traveling overnight based on what's likely to happen. But he said that those guys, because if they pick somebody from, let's say for example from Ibadan, if it's daytime, they can move from that Ibadan down to another state. If those guys, they understand the forest, they move from one place to another, and that is why it's very, very difficult for that kind of terrorists to operate in a place like Lagos, because they so much believe in forest. So if the terrorists that always mingle with people within the city, fine, we can say, but even with that does not give us the power in Lagos State or any city to feel relaxed, because Nigeria is not safe. And this is reality we need to tell ourselves in order to find a solution to that issue. So I mentioned two things. Number one is that do not trust anybody. Be your family member, your relative, your friends. Don't trust anybody. Before you do things, think twice. Now, second one is that, if you want to enter public transport, be careful. Especially you want to move from one state to another. You need to be very careful, watchful. Know the kind of vehicle you want to enter. Get your facts. This is not the best time you will be entering vehicle along the road. Go to car park. The car park. Go to what do they call them? Where do you enter the public transport that all of us we know? Those popular area that they have car park where you can enter the vehicle, get all the details. And let your family member know your movement. Some people, they risk their life. Imagine you tell your partner that, or your family member, you are going to so place. Or some people even tell you that you are going to working place. And meanwhile, somebody met you at you are already in Ibadan. This period is not the period that you will be hiding things to your family member. Let them know your movement so that when something happens, that will be in their mind that, okay, and this person told me that he or she is going to so place, so they can know where and how to locate you. So that is it. Then another one that you follow, which when it comes to insecurity, because I have 3 topics to treat. I see that a lot of people using the name of religion, especially Islam. If you don't understand Islam, then you may be saying all sorts of things. And it's not by somebody who is praying every day or somebody who is calling himself Afa or Imam. No. Religion, especially Islam, if you understand it very, very well, even if it is little, you understand, and you understand the path. The person that explained to you give you proper analysis about it. You see that this is the best thing you can give to yourself is to be a Muslim. You understand? Because as a Muslim, there's nowhere. If somebody see it, maybe you can prove me wrong. That God said you should not relate to other people who are not practice your religion. There's nowhere in Quran God said it. What will not join you and them together is religion. But being a woman, the relationship between woman to woman, you need to do it together with them. Because in your family, that is why in the southwest part of Nigeria, you see that hardly you see a family member. You find out in your family, within your family, you will see a Christian, you will see a Muslim. In fact, sometimes you see somebody who serve idol. So now, because of that, will you go ahead and cut the person's head? It's no. Because one thing some of these guys does not understand is that the person who is not join you to do religion today may be the last day of his life and God change him. And one thing that I always tell people is that religion should not bring issue. In fact, religion is not even bring any issue. People that use the name of religion, they are hypocrites. You understand? They are hypocrites, and God talk about them. You will be seeing them, they are not a Muslim, but they will be using that name to be destroying people, to be misleading people, to be cause confusion. God already have a chapter for them in the Quran. Those ones, they are hypocrites, and God said they will use them to embrace the fire. They will be under, because they are not here, neither they are there. Just at the middle, cause confusion. Because if you understand Islam very well, and you believe that Prophet Muhammad is the servant of God and will copy a lot of things from me, then you should know that most of the things that we can use to live our life is in Prophet Muhammad is something that is in him, based on some of the things that is he has already done, how he relate to people, how he do things with people, even those one that does not serve God. Because he believed that as time goes on, they may have that second mind, change their mind, and started believing in Islam. But if you kill them today, tell me, how will you call them into Islam next time? That is why killing is the highest. When you are talking about some of the sin that is only God that can decide, maybe you forgive the person or not. Killing is part of it. You can't kill even ordinary animal. If it's not useful for you, you cannot eat it. You have no right to kill the animal, except the animal want to attack you. I see that this particular animal is ready to attack you or injure you. That is where you have permission. But without that, for example, you have some animal at home, like dog. So tell me what happened, what the dog did to you, then you just decide that you just want to kill that dog for no reason. God, don't you know that God can punish somebody because of animal? So talk less of human being. Somebody will tell me that because he's not a Muslim. Are you crazy or what? So if God want to make all over the world to have single religion, do you think it's beyond the power of God, he can do it. So therefore you can't fight for God. Say if you kill somebody now, you enter heaven. Where? Who is misleading you? Who is that stupid human being that is misleading you? Because I see a lot of people telling themselves, doing some things that does not make any sense. Somebody is misleading you that when you kill, you enter Jannah. For where? Tell me where the chapter. That if that is the case, do you think you say we not go even there alive? Because if that is the case, everybody we just kill ourselves. They go because we are targeting to enter the Jannah. But that's not the best way to practice religion, and that is why I bring the religion aspect of it. That especially some of our people who is in the other religion, Christian, for you guys to know that somebody can bear Abdulwasi, somebody can bear any Islamic name, does not mean even if you meet her in the mosque, say make it the serve God, and the person still be the wicked person on this earth. You understand? So that is why when you see some people, they pray to God, they do this, they do that, but the wickedness still there inside them. So there's nowhere in the Quran that you must kill before you can enter paradise. There's a lot of things you can do that can make it easy for you to enter paradise. One of it is that when you find a way through your behavior, your attitude, your way of living to bring people into religion. They admire religion, they admire Islam based on how you relate to them. Maybe you do something, or somebody is looking for something like help, and you see that this person is not a Muslim, but you tender that assistance, you render help to them, you help them willingly without telling them. They may say, no, this is a good Muslim. Because of you, the person can decide and change to Islam. This is the best way to do things. See people who are hungry. Is it that they are Muslim or they don't even believe in God at all? That does not concern you now. What to concern you is that you want to find a way to bring the person into your religion. Then you look for a way, in a perfect way. Preach to them, help them, assist them. That is why I love some of our Christian brothers. Because the reason is that some of them, you see that the way they call people into, even as a Muslim, I met some of them along the road. When they see me, see all the sign, everything, they still call me that, we want you to come and join our religion, this, that. Sometimes when they call me, I'll listen to them. They quote Bible, they do this, I'll listen. And at the end of the day, I'll tell them, sorry, I'm a Muslim, and you cannot change me. Does not being quarrel, neither any fight. Everybody go his way. So, maybe before the end of their life, God can change them. Who knows? But we want to kill somebody. So that is why anybody you find hiding under that name of Islam and committing suicide, committing a crime. So definitely you have already know that this person is doing what is pleased him, not because of religion. And that is why when I see some video from North, when I hear something from North, I'll be wondering, is it that the Northerners did not understand the religion more than the Saudi Arabia? That all of us will pray, we wish to be in Mecca to witness the grave of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu. So I don't know. Is it that we now understand the religion more than them? So some of the things that is not in Quran, that even then that you understand Quran more than some of us here, they still do it in a proper way. If you go to Saudi Arabia, the Saudi Arabian population, based on statistics, is 100% Islam. But you go there, you still see some people, some of our Igbo guys are there, doing their business. So far you abide to the rules, law, you don't have issue. Nobody will come and drag you from your home that you go and pray in the mosque. Nobody. If you want to deny, if you have fat, you can bring it out. Go to Saudi, nobody will drag you out of your house that you must serve God. You must come and pray in the mosque. So they have a lot of people who does not even a Muslim, Christian, even some people not even the go. I'm telling you that we have some of our Igbo guys living there, and they are living their life comfortably. So far you abide to the rules of that country, you don't have issue. And that is how life is supposed to be. We are in the scene, we are in Nigeria, whereby we don't have two constitution. just one constitution. Then when you go to North, they will be telling you that these are the things you need to do based on the religion. Is it that are they only Muslim we have in Nigeria? The answer is no. The answer is no. So why is it that it is the same North? When you go to North, in some part of North, you'll be seeing that they will say alcohol is totally banned. You understand? They will enter business, people that set up their business, they started destroying those alcohol. And the question I'm asking myself is that when you see when federal government is sharing allocation from different countries, what they generate together, they should give them a state like Lagos a lot of company who is producing alcohol. They share the money together and give them. Why can't they remove that money from there and give back to the federal government that we don't want? We should stop deceiving ourselves. You can deceive yourself, not God. You can misleading people, but not God. But misleading people, deceiving people, you know the implication if you truly believe in Islam. Because God warned us and He tells us we should desist from all those kind of acts. They started misleading all those young ones. That is why some of those guys, when they tell them go and kill, they move on. They go ahead. They go ahead. Some of the wicked ones that is in that North, they don't allow those good ones to come up for people to see them. Started misleading people up and down, telling them what is not active, what is not on ground, what is not what is not in the Quran. Where in the Quran that God tell you that if you read Arabic or you understand Arabic, so therefore you should not learn anything again? Where? God will even tell us that you can travel from one place to another in order to do what? To have knowledge. If it is knowledge you want to go and acquire, you can travel elsewhere to go and acquire that knowledge. And when God is talking about knowledge, it may be education, it may be anything. Knowledge is knowledge, so far it will be meaningful to others, not only you, but others will also gain from it. That's what God is telling us. So we should try and understand the Quran, not by carrying the Quran for head. As a Muslim, you have your way of doing your religion. Leave further, let them practice their own. So far, this is the only way God said, if we have issue and we can fight to the end, is that when somebody is disturbing us to do our religion. But in this kind of situation we have in Nigeria now, I don't see anywhere that any Christian or somebody who is having idol now telling Muslim that he should not pray to God. So if that's the case, why some people making religion, Islam, to look like a terrorist religion? We need to stop that.